What's up everyone? If you haven't already watched the video that I made on how to make your voice deeper with just 4 simple steps, then once you're done watching this one, make sure to head over and watch that one as well. Now, if you're trying to make your voice deeper, you have to realize that we all have a natural depth. Alright, now your natural depth is what your voice sounds like when you're not trying to force it to sound like anything else. But there's a problem, right? And the problem is that most of us are not at this natural depth. Now the reason that we're not at this natural depth is because of a thing called a neurotic holding pattern. Now a neurotic holding pattern is something that affects your breathing pattern, right? And when your breathing pattern is affected, your tone of voice and the way that you act and the way that you think is also affected, right? I mean, prime example, if you stop right now and you just start breathing deep for 5 minutes, you will notice the profound effects that it has on your mind state and just your overall sense of well-being. You feel relaxed, you just feel at peace, just by breathing deep. So what I'm trying to say is that a neurotic pattern, a neurotic holding pattern, will actually affect this pattern of breathing. And the way that neurotic holding patterns are actually developed is throughout life, right? Throughout childhood experiences, any traumatic experiences, or even in our day-to-day life, right? Even things that we are unaware of affect us subconsciously and then develop these neurotic holding patterns. So the biggest question is, how do you actually break free from these neurotic holding patterns? And the best thing that I found that breaks all these neurotic holding patterns is called Primal Scream Therapy. All right, now, this is extremely easy. All it involves is you yelling as loud as you can, yelling from the lower region of your stomach, and letting yourself lose control as you're doing it, all right? Now, I'm gonna go into detail on how to do it. Like, I'm gonna show you an example. I'm gonna do it myself. But first, I kind of want to tell you how it works and how I kind of stumbled across this, right? So back when I was in college, I used to study psychology, and I came across Primal Scream Therapy, and when I saw it, I was like, yo, like, this is pretty cool. But at the same time, I was like, kind of sounds like bullshit, right? Like, how could yelling really like heal you? How could it make you feel better? How could it make your life 100 times better? And it wasn't until later on down the road that I realized, hey, I need to do something, right? Like, throughout my childhood, I was abused, right? It wasn't a good time, and I know that it carried into my adult life, right? Because anytime I would talk to someone, I could never fully be myself, right? I always felt myself really anxious. I always felt like I was talking from right here. I was talking as fast as possible. I just couldn't have a conversation. I felt like a bitch all the time, literally. And it was pretty sad. And then I realized, hey, maybe I should do something for this, right? So before I just straight up went to a psychologist or went to a church or something like that, where's the first place I went to? Google. Yes, you're right. But what I came across was Primal Scream Therapy again. And I was like, oh shit, I remember actually studying this when I was in college. So at the time, I remember that I thought it was bullshit, but I was like, you know what? Let's just try it. You know, it does not hurt to try. And I was fucking shocked because this shit works, all right? Now, the way it works, you can look it up, but the way it works is, it's so weird, right? They don't have like a direct answer. But my theory on how this works is that Primal Scream Therapy allows you to release any trapped emotions. Now, I know it sounds stupid, but bear with me, all right? When we were kids and we felt an emotion, what do? We express that shit, all right? If we felt anger, best believe you were having a temper tantrum. If you felt happiness, best believe you were excited, jumping around. If you felt sadness, best believe that your ass was crying like a little bitch, right? Any emotion that you felt, you expressed it. But as we grew up, as we became adults, we stopped expressing emotions, or we don't express them as much as we should, right? And because of this, we just bottle everything up. We bottle it up so much so to the point where we fucking explode. Either we're angry, yelling at someone, or we're over here crying, or we're over here feeling just completely depressed or angry for no fucking reason. So when you do Primal Scream Therapy, it allows you to release all this trapped energy, right? This trapped emotions. And when I had done Primal Scream Therapy myself, I remember that the first few times I began to yell, and after the third or fourth yell, I basically lost all control. Like, it was almost as if I was vomiting, right? Like I had no control, and all this yelling was coming out of me, and then it got to the point where tears started coming out my eyes, and then after that it was just pure joy, right? Like all these negative emotions that I was feeling, all this shit that was holding me back from my childhood, completely gone. And I'm telling you, yo, like I walk into situations, I talk to people, I do things every day, and I no longer feel the way that I feel. I know it sounds like a lot of fucking bullshit, but don't knock this shit till you try it, right? But here, check this out. So like I said, this is extremely easy. All right, all that you have to do is yell as loud as you can. Yell from the lower part of your stomach, the part closest to either your pipi or your vahi vahi, and allow yourself to lose control while you are yelling. All right, allow yourself to experience any emotion that comes up. And I'm gonna give you an example of what not to do, and then I'm gonna give you an example of what to do. All right. Now, if you're yelling from your throat area and not from the lower part of your stomach, it's gonna sound a lot like this. Ah! Ah! All right, that's gonna hurt your throat, all right? And it's not gonna do anything to actually release these neurotic holding patterns. All right, what you wanna do is yell from the lower part of your stomach, which is gonna sound something like this. Ah! Ah! All right, the difference is that it's gonna have less of a strain on your throat, and it's gonna have more of an impact on allowing you to release any of this trapped emotions that are actually inside of you. And like I said, you have to lose control. You have to let yourself feel any emotion that comes up if you actually want to experience the benefits from doing this. And I know this shit sounds stupid, this shit sounds fucking like bullshit, but you can't knock it until you try it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'm telling you, it does work, right? And if you're asking how long do you do this for, and how often a month do you do this for, I like to do it once a month. It allows me to release anything that I've accumulated throughout that month. And as for how long I do it, that's pretty dependent on you. I mean, sometimes I do it for a few minutes, sometimes I do it longer. You just gotta go with whatever feels right for you at the moment. With that, I leave you. Thank you guys for watching. I do hope this video has helped you in one way, shape, or form. If you liked the video, make sure to like it. And if you've tried this, or if you're gonna try it and it works for you, then make sure to share this video, because like I say, everybody deserves to be fucking free. With that, remember, the time is now.